Hi there and welcome to the Bradbury Young channel and welcome to my Friday Sews. So as I normally do, I just want to say thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. So let's quickly move on to what have I actually been doing? Have I made anything? Have I? So yes, I have actually made something this week, but I'm going to actually start with something that I haven't made. I'll show you. Anyway, what it is a jacket from pattern New Look 6742, that one. And I decided that it was about time I got on with it. It's autumn time now, the weather's going to be getting colder and more horrible. Not that we've had a spectacular summer, because it's been rather wet, but it's definitely not summer anymore. It's definitely moved on. So yes, this jacket pattern I've had for quite a while and I keep meaning to do it, and then putting it aside, and then, you know, with it being summer, I was like, I don't want to be making a jacket during the summertime. So yeah, I think it's about time I did get on with it and made this New Look 6742 jacket. So I've started it, I've got the pattern cut out and I've traced it, because that's what I like to do, always trace the pattern. Worked out what size I want to try and make it in, and I've decided I'm going to go with size small on this, because this goes extra small, small, medium, large and extra large. And I get the feeling that once I've made it this once, I'll then know whether or not the small is right or whether I need to go up a size to the medium. But yeah, I'll have to see how I go with that, I think, really. Anyway, the material I've got for this is, it's a bit of weight, is this stuff. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that. It's a really nice, pretty heavyweight material. It's meant to be a wool blend, but it's basically, it's a lot more polyester than anything else. There's a bit of wool and there's a bit of something else in there, but generally it is a polyester. As you can see, it's just like a dog tooth sort of check sort of pattern and that, so with red and black and sort of cream as its base colour at the background there. But yeah, I quite like that. So yeah, that's going to make quite a nice jacket, I think. I think it's going to be really nice to have that, and it'll be hopefully quite warm as well. There's a certain amount of warmth in it, so it's not too thick, but you know, altogether there's quite a bit of weight. I think I've got 3 meters here, which is actually probably somewhat rather more than I need, but I'll see how I go with it. I'm not sure how well this is going to sew, because this looks like it's something that will fray quite easily. So that's why I haven't cut it out yet straight away, because I wanted to make sure that I'd got all the pattern pieces cut out and I knew what I was doing. I'm also waiting for some bias binding or some bias tapes on the, I don't know if you can see it on the picture, but there is bias tape used all round, like the edging of where it folds over and the collar and the jacket and that. So there's probably quite a bit of that to put on there. So in making it, you put your 2 pieces together. You don't sew them wrong size together and turn out. You put the right sides together, turn out, yeah. You put the wrong sides together, put some basting stitches on, and then put the bias tape around the edge, and that's how this one is made generally. So I'm still waiting for that to turn up. It's not here yet. So like I said, I didn't want to cut the material out until I was ready to do it and I had all the things here. So yeah, so I'm still waiting on that. That's heavy. So what I've done is I've cut everything out, like I say. Now this is a sleeve, and what it says is just to use the material, but I feel that the sleeve is going to need a lining, so I'm going to line it with this, you know, just blue lining material, you know, like you used for lining a skirt or something like that. Just because when you're wearing a top and you put your arms in the sleeve, you don't want it sticking on the sleeve. You want that to move nicely. So that's what I'm going to put in there. I haven't quite worked out what the process will be for putting that lining in there, but that's the only part I'm putting the lining on. It's just on that sleeve, just to make it a bit more easy and more comfortable. Like, you know, when you're taking the jacket off, you don't want it to be sticking your, you know, whatever you're wearing within the sleeve. So yeah, it started. I have started it. I'm just waiting for the bias binding or the bias tape, and then hopefully I'll be able to get on, actually get it cut out and start putting it together. So maybe next week it might be done. You'd have to wait and see, I suppose, see how far I get with it before I can show it to you. Whether that be a week or two away, I'm not quite sure as yet. So that's what I've not made. So let's have a look at what I have made. And this is what I have made. It's another bag. Now, a little while ago, I think some of you, if you watch regularly, you would have seen that I had a bag that I took apart. I was given it because it's a bit worn out, and I decided to copy it. And I copied it a few times. I've got a few of them up there, my first original ones that I did, but I wasn't totally happy with how they came out. There were a few little bits and pieces that I wanted to change and alter and work on, and I have done, and this is effectively the final version. See, it sort of stands up on its own, doesn't it, a little bit, which is great, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to be totally rigid. It's still a little bit floppy, but the base is much more solid. What I've done basically to make this work, see, you've got a little piece that comes over, and it's got a magnetic clasp on there, long handle, outer zip, and then inside I've got like a patch pocket, and then on this side I've got a zip pocket. So it's got two little pockets in there, and it's really quite a bit of room in there, really. It's quite, I think that's quite roomy. I know the light isn't showing that up very well, but yeah, you can get quite a bit in there. I know, because I've tried it. I've tried shoving as much as I can in there, and it does hold quite a bit of stuff. Now, the things I wasn't happy about with as well was one with the rigidity. It is a little bit floppy, but it's better than it was, because what I've done now is the main material, not the inner, but the main material, I'm using a heavier interfacing to make it, give it a bit more firmness, but not really rigid, because I don't want it really rigid, but there is some more firmness by having this outer material interfaced with a stiffer interfacing. Then with the zip, what I've done is, instead of using a chunky zip, which is what I started with, an ordinary dress zip is better. I'm actually putting some top stitching along the zip line, so it makes it sit flatter and neater, because it was like wanting to roll a little bit, and that didn't make it so easy to zip up and unzip. I've also sort of finalized the way that the strap, this part of the strap, comes out of the bag. Need a little bit of tinkering around to get it to sit how I wanted, but I think I've got it just how I want now. So that comes out, so at the side you've got this nice evenness. It flows up nicely, and doesn't intrude on the inside of the bag neither, so that's nice the way that that goes. So just put that back up. It does have a zip pocket on the front as well as the original did. Basically the same sort of zip pocket that's on the inside, but you got one on the outside, so you got 3 pockets in the main bag. And the other big thing that I changed on this was actually the base, and it's basically to do with the layers that are on there. So what I've got for the base is the material, and then I've used an interfacing, but I've used actually a sewing interfacing, and then I've used it's almost like a foam. It's like quite a thinnish foam piece, like I can only describe it as, if it was an interfacing, it's like a foamy interfacing. It's got a foam padding, but it gives a lot more rigidity to it. And then what I've done is, as you can see with the lines on there, I've stitched across it. So I stitched those 3 layers together like you would if you were quilting it, and that gives that base a lot more structure and allows the whole bag to just have that bit more structure to it, and also means that when you put stuff in there, you know, that base is not going to flop about, it's not going to bend out too much from having lots of things in there. It's going to keep that shape, which is what I wanted. So yeah, so finally got the bag to the point that I want it to be in. You know, that's how I like it, that's how I think it's best to be constructed. Now, having gone through all that, it's a case of, well, what am I going to do with this bag? I don't know as yet. I did have half a consideration to make it and try and sell it, but I don't have any outlet for selling items. I don't have a website. I don't have anything like, you know, Etsy or anything like that. So I don't know if I was to try and do that. I don't know what medium I would use to try and do that. So at the moment, I've got the bag, I've got the idea, the concept works. I just don't know where to take it from here. Still things to consider with that, but yeah, I'm quite glad with the way it's come out. So I have got a bag pattern that I know that I can make that works and that I'm happy with, because it does and looks the way I want it to be. So there you go, quite happy with that. I suppose make good presents, wouldn't it? But I don't know. I don't know anybody who really wants a bag, actually, to be quite honest. So there we go. Yeah, my little bag pattern all done. And that's about it, really. That's it from me this week. I haven't really got a lot to show you, have I? You know, it's just been one of those quieter weeks, or one of those weeks where I've just not got that much done. Don't know, suppose I'm not being overly motivated to push on and get things done. It's just one of those things, isn't it, where sometimes you just don't get things done, you know. Every day is just every day. You just get on with the everyday as you do. Your week is rather the same, and you just plod on. Get what I can done, and that's about it. So yeah, I mean, part of a project, it's just waiting for an item, and then hopefully I can push on with that. And yeah, I have finished the bag at least anyway. I mean, I've sort of persevered and took my time with it as well, because I wanted to make sure I got it right and understood that it was going to go together the way I wanted it to. So there we go, really. A bit of a quiet week, not much to tell you about, nothing else that's happened that I can tell you about, really. So there you go. So that was my week and my makes. So yeah, carry on, and hopefully next week will be a little bit more productive. Maybe, I don't know, see how I go. Well, anyway, if you like this video, please do click that button, click the like button. Please do subscribe, that way you'll get a notification of when my videos come out. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's really nice to see what you're doing and to hear what you've been up to. And if you wish to chat amongst yourselves within the comments, please do, because that's what we're here to make that connection, aren't we? So I think it's just left for me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.
Happy